Hi guys, and I'm happy to tell you that this is the last video of the brilliant world of Tom Gates. I'm finally uploading a video today, and I don't know what date it is when I upload this, but I'm congratulating myself, and if you do congratulate me, please leave on the comments. And I'm not doing any jokes because this is a really special day. And okay, let's get started to the book. When Dad pops his head around the door, he wants to know if we need another guitarist for the band. We don't. Hello. He says things like in a jokery kind of way, but sometimes I think he really means it. That reminds us about the concert next week. Apparently Delia is not coming with us because she is going with friends. I think he has a boyfriend, which is horrible. Which is a horrible thought. At least she won't be able to spoil my fun like usual. Uncle Kevin, Auntie Alice, and the twins are meeting us at the concert. I feel sorry for anyone who ends up standing behind the twins. They won't see a thing. Dude three, can't see. Well, that rhymed. Derek and I discuss wearing our Dude 3 t-shirts. Must check what Dad plans to wear just in case it's too embarrassing. It will be. Tom, where's the homework? Mr. Fullerman is in a really bad mood today. I keep forgetting to bring my review homework. I'm going to get another detention at this rate. He's not pleased at all. Plus, we have parents' evening tonight. I forgot about that as well. Forgetty, huh? Now, Mom and Dad will be the last parent to see Mr. Fullerman because I didn't bring my form. Being last will give them far too much time to look at my work and chit-chat to everyone, teachers and other parents. It will be awful. Mr. Fullerman gives us today's work, Class 5F. Today I'd like you to write a piece about your hobbies. Anything that you do outside of school. Sports, music, swimming, singing. Do you collect stamps? Do you like drawing? Why did you decide your hobby? What does it mean to you? Do you need any special equipment? Have you won any prizes? Would you recommend this hobby to anyone else? Write at least one A4 page, please, Mr. Fullerman. Hobbies? My hobbies are annoying Delia, being in a band, and eating caramel wafers. I could write a whole A4 page on annoying Delia, but I'm not sure that's what Mr. Fullerman had in mind. What to write? I know. I'll make up a more interesting hobby for me to do. Something funny? Good idea. We spend the most of the day sorting out our classroom and getting our books ready for parents' evening. Marcus leaves his book out of the desk while he goes to the toilet. Mistake. It's like almost It's similar to like when Tom wrote the I'm an idiot on Marcus's homework, but this time Tom is drawing something and Marcus is like not smug. I slip a few drawings I've done in between the pages of his work. That should make his parents' evening more interesting. Mr. Fullerman is Pigman by Marcus. My parents would think, ha ha ha. Ha ha, Mr. Fullerman is an idiot. Well, he's gonna get punished. if Mr. Fullerman and his parents see that. Parents evening. Mom and Dad, as predicted, are not happy that they'll be the last parents to see Mr. Fullerman. It's always a bit weird coming back into school in the evening, especially when the classroom is all clean and tidy, not like normal. Mr. Fullerman is wearing a suit and looks uncomfortable. Dad is wearing a terrible t-shirt, so I beg him to leave his jacket on. Shame. I think it's not bad, as long as I don't think... Yeah. Just put on the jacket on. It's more like fit to you. Mom insists on looking at every piece of work on our walls. Worse still, she keeps talking to teachers that I don't know have lessons with and parents of kids I don't even know. Lovely work. It's so embarrassing. Hello. I saw it. Who doesn't look happy? He looks just like his dad, though. Parents' evening sucks, he whispers. I agree. I think, it's just a taller solid with thicker eyebrows, I think. Then I see Amy. Her parents are with Mr. Fullerman already. They are both smiling and laughing. No problem with Amy that works then. Isn't it obvious? Dad says he got Amy's due 3 tickets in his pocket and he could give it to her folks now. Folks, don't say folks, please. So we wait for them to finish. Then Dad strikes up a conversation with Amy's dad about music in a really loud voice. Amy rolls her eyes and looks at me. Sorry, I say, and we both have to stand there and wait for our parents to stop embarrassing us. They chat for ages about all kinds of rubbish. Then Dad forgets to give them tickets after all that. Finally, when Mr. Fullerman has seen all the other parents, it's our turn. Grown. He brings out a folder that's full of letters, Tom's letters. Can I start with Tom's letters, Momo? He says. Mom and Dad look a bit puzzled. Not the letters! No! I've been mumbled. Dear Mr. Fullerman, poor Tom has a cold and can't do sport outside. Ever? Love from Mitigates. Dear Mr. Fullerman, please can Tom be excused from spelling this week? He had a difficult week. Family stuff. Thanks, Rita Gates. Dear Mr. Fullerman, Tom has been helping his sick grandmother and it has not been able to do his homework. Sorry, Rita Gates. Dear Mr. Fullerman, Tom's delayed homework was due to his sister being nasty to him and not letting him use the computer. We have told her off. Thanks, Rita Gates. Frank Gates. It's a hard word. Name. Dear Mr. Fullerman, Tom has been helping his sick grandfather and has been not able to do his homework. Whoops, Frank Gates. Dear Mr. Fullerman, please can Tom be excused from Timmy? He is allergic to water, chemicals in the water. Thank you, Rita Gates. It's not a good start to parents' evening. What can I say? It worked for a while. But the good news is, I'm doing well at art and English. Spelling is so-so. Could improve at math. Could do better at science and history. Good at PE. It's not all bad. Room for improvement. Mr. Fullerman says, they have a nice chat about me. Like I'm not there. Tom this, Tom that, chat. I smile and agree not to 1. Chat too much. 2. Doodle so much. 3 fake letters from home again. Generally, I'm an okay kid. It's a reasonably good parents' evening. Then Mom and Dad both read my new hobby, which I completely forgot about, and it goes all goes horribly wrong. Heartbreak again. From the looks of their faces, I can see they're not happy. My new hobby by Tom Gates. My mom and dad like to use my pocket money as an extra way of making me do things I'm not very keen of doing. For instance, tidy your room, or no pocket money, eat your vegetables, or no pocket money, be nice to your sister, or no pocket money. Which I think is possibly against my human rights. And if that's not bad enough, Dad seems to take great pleasure of placing my money on very high places, like doors, shelves, and anywhere I can easily reach it. High. Well, go and get a chair, dude. When I do finally get my hands on it, Mom often borrows it back to buy milk and newspapers, what she says emergency money. Emergency money is what she says. Well, not fair, dude. I discovered my new hobby completely by accident. Fed up of listening to Mom and Mr. Pringle, Jack's mom, chit-chatting outside the shops for what seems like hours. I sit on the pavement and look really bored. My legs ache too. Chit-chatting, Mrs. Ringle, and someone walks past me. He drops some money into my lap. Real money. It's brilliant. I think they must feel sorry for me. That's when the real horror begins. So I put on an even sadder face and someone gives me another £1? I don't know. I can't read this. By the time Mom and Mrs. Bingle have finished talking, I've made 3.70. I can't translate. All on my own, which gets me thinking, what if I use a written sign, shakily written sign, like, please help me, and wear some old worn out clothes. So I give that a go too, and sure enough, I even make more money. But that's literally illegal. The great thing about my new hobby is you can do it anywhere and you get to meet lots of different people. And now I don't have to rely on Mom and Dad for my pocket money anymore. It's a hobby I would recommend to everyone. I'm also in a band called Dog Zombie, but we don't make any money at all yet. The end. Coins. You've been begging? I can't believe it. Begging. Mom and Dad keep looking at me and shaking their heads. I wasn't begging. It's just a story. On the way home, they remind me again that not everyone is lucky as you, Tom. And begging is no joke. I'm trying to convince them that I was not begging. I tell them I was using my imagination. But this is based on a real story, so that's not a win-win, a lose-lose. I would never beg, ever. Yeah, he would beg. It was just a story, pretending, ha ha ha. I think they believe me now, phew. He's lucky, but not lucky as a lucky person. I would never do that. Delia, here's Mom and Dad talking about my parents' evening, and they thought I'd been begging. She suddenly comes and offers me a caramel wafer, even though I know she's up to something. I stupidly go and take it. I hear you're good at begging. Beg for a wafer then, she says, and wraps the wafer in front of me. I want the wafer so badly that I actually say, well, I'm not falling for it. Please. Then she say pretty please. So I say, pretty please. It's so humiliating. I can't hear you. Pretty please. Then, to my surprise, Delia actually hands over the wafer and goes off laughing. It's only when I try to open the wafer and I realize I have fallen for the old empty biscuit wrapper trick. Very funny, Delia. Very funny. I suddenly feel inspired to write a new song. And there comes around later, I show him a new song that I've just written for, and he likes it a lot. Dog, zombies. This, you can check it on the YouTube and search Tom Gates Delia as a Wheeler, and you can see the song there. Back at school. Tom, I'm still waiting for your homework. I got carried away practicing Delia as a Wheeler. It's sounding really good. I have written a few more good verses. We'll have to do homework tonight, before the Jude G concert. I'm so excited that I can hardly concentrate. Marcus is going on and on about his VIP tickets. VIP. Shut up, Marcus. Even Amy is fed up with him. And that's really not common. Mr. Fulham reminds us that Jude 3 is not the only concert coming up. How did he know about Jude 3? Well, that's a backstory, and it's coming in the front story, which is the future of this book. Don't forget about the school concert, he tells us. When Mr. Fullerman starts the lesson, I'm trying to work out how many hours it will be before the concert starts. Loads. Too many. The clock in the classroom doesn't seem to be moving at all. This is the longest lesson Mr. Fullerman has ever given us. I'm staring at the clock and it's definitely not moving. Then the more I stare, the slower the time goes. So not stare, dude. Do not. And Mrs. Mumble keeps interrupting the lesson with announcement that no one can understand. Hello, can I please come? I don't know what that word is. I can't even see that. The office, Mr. Fullerman, thank you. Did anyone understand that? Mr. Fullerman asks. Then she says it again, but it's no clearer. This lesson is never going to end. Oh, lesson is going to end eventually. But that's a metaphor, so. Mr. Fullerman leaves the classroom to check what's going on. It might be important, she says, as if. But, yeah, it's important. While he's gone, I have a brainwave. I stand on the table and move the hands on the clock forward so the lesson is nearly finished. This goes down well with my classmates. Hooray, hooray, hooray! Mr. Fullerman looks slightly confused when he comes back. He says, oh, watch. Is the clock fast? No, Mr. Fullerman. Has anyone touched the clock? No, Mr. Fullerman. He notices the clock is slightly wonky on the wall. Mr. Fullerman is not convinced. He stands on a chair to put the clock back to the right time. Just as Mr. Flimmbus makes another announcement, it makes Mr. Flimmbus jump and he wobbles off the chair and onto the floor. It's a disaster. We'll never get out of this lesson at this rate. Not that I'm being unsympathetic. I think that's the word. I don't know what that means, so leave down at the comments. But this is turning out to be the longest lesson ever. Well, not ever in history. Because evolving is a lesson, and that took like years and years and 100,000. Okay, I'll stop. Mr. Filament is I don't know, in pain and takes twice as long to do or say anything. And the rest of the day doesn't go any faster. It's like someone knows it's the concert tonight and it's deliberately slowing the world down. It feels like that. Math is a drag. PE takes forever. I'm getting changed out of my PE kit and the sports changing rooms, and is another really loud noise that's now blaring up the speakers. Not Mrs. Mumble this time. Something even louder. Mr. Fleming says, it's a fire alarm drill. Leave everything and exit the orderly in an orderly fashion. Don't run, go outside. I managed to grab my shoes and follow everyone else outside the playground, even though we have to wait for the register to be taken and wait for the other classes to come out. Time suddenly seems to be flying, mainly because Marcus has left his trousers behind and is standing on the playground with just his pants. Mrs. Knapp gives him a jumper to tie around his waist. Now it looks like he's wearing a skirt. Observe. It's the funniest thing I've seen in ages. Okay, I admit that is kind of funny. Mr. Filament says we can all go home slightly early now. Hooray! I'm telling Derek all about what happened to Marcus on the way home, especially the jumper/skirt bit when he tells me he's got a proper name for his dog now. Oh wait, I lost the timing. Before and now. Shame. I'll try to guess what it is. Rocky? Rover? Fang? It's Rooster, he says. Rooster? That's a kind of chicken, isn't it? You're naming your dog after a chicken? I suppose I'll get used to it. You three, here it come. Hawk. You three concert. Man, we're finally on page 200. Derek has brought Rooster over and he's running around our house looking for Delia. She's already gone to meet her boyfriend, more like. Derek and I are wearing our duty t-shirts and looking cool. Dad is wearing another terrible t-shirt and horrid trousers. He doesn't look cool. Mom agrees with me and makes him change. Change! And now crowd surfing, she tells Dad as we leave the house. Dad remembers the tickets were in his other trousers, so he goes back to get them, but he can't find them anywhere. This is dreadful. Don't panic. I panic. Derek is trying not to panic, but he has the same face as me, so it looks like it's panicking. We look around for the whole house. In Delia's room, my room, the kitchen. Don't worry, they're here somewhere, he says. He checks his pockets. The bathroom are officially frantic. Where are the tickets? Yup. Yep, yep, yep. Rooster is running around chasing us from room to room. It's really annoying because he's barking and yapping. It is making everyone stressed. Mom sends Rooster out to the garden. I'm checking my room again when I look out of the window and see Rooster playing with some bits of paper. The bits of paper look like they could have been the tickets. Bad Rooster, Derek can say, but it's too late. The tickets are all mangled up and covered in teeth, marks, and dog show. I'll stick them together. That says it'll be fine, but it's not fine. The tickets are ruined. Maybe Uncle Kevin and Auntie Alice will send the tickets. Dad says, don't bank on it, Mom says. We'll think of something, that's it, but I'm too stunned to say anything at all. We'll go to the gig anyway. I'm never going to get a dog, I say to Derek. Which is a bit unfair, I know, because it's not his fault. I'm just really angry with his stupid chicken dog. Bad Rooster. It's technically Mom's fault, sending to the garden. Well, Amy is already there waiting with her dad. Let's see if they'll take the ticket anyway, says Dad. The man on the door takes one look at the bits of ticket and shakes at that. Sorry, mate, can't take these, they're messed up. When things couldn't get any worse, Marcus and his dad turned up clutching 4 VIP tickets. Turned out that they have 2 spare VIP tickets, and Marcus's dad suggests that we could have them. Marcus doesn't take after his dad, who seems quite nice. Marcus's dad, VIP tickets. I want to go so badly, but Dad says that Amy and Derek should go, because we might be able to get in with Uncle Kevin. Well, that's a big risk. I am very brave. I tell Amy and Derek that I really don't mind, that I'll be fine. Then I watch all 4 of them go off the concert. Inside, I can't believe Derek and Amy have gone with Marcus. They had no choice. This is terrible. Terrible. Uncle Kevin and Auntie Alice are waving and calling Dad. Uncle Kevin is looking particularly pleased with himself. Dad tells him what happened and how we can't get in now with these mangled tickets. Uncle Kevin says, typical you, which makes Art cross. Uncle Kevin, being a salesman, has actually sold their tickets for 3 times as much as he's paid for them. He's very happy, and they're going for dinner instead of the concert. I think the cousins would rather have seen the band. Great, this is turning into a nightmare. I'll never get to see my favorite band now. Dad sees I'm really upset. Stay there, don't move, he says. I'll get some tickets, don't you worry, Tom. I'm so miserable. I sit on the floor and look fed up. The concert is about to start and we got no chance of seeing them at this rate. Then I have an idea. It's a long shot, but I got nothing to lose. I'm desperate. I found a paper gag and I already have a pen. Then I get writing and drawing. Please help. Dog ate my ticket. Please give generously. Guilty. This messed up. I'm attracting a bit of attention, but no tickets as yet. A lady walks past me and said, "For you," which is nice. I'm suddenly aware of a man in leather trousers and reading my note. He's shaking his head and looking at me. I put on an extra sad face. Then he starts walking towards me, and there's something very familiar about him. I'm sure I've seen him before. Then he asks a question. Is this your new hobby, Tom? He asks, and it suddenly dawns on me who it is. Blimey, it's Mr. Fullerman leather trousers. Ah! And he's wearing leather trousers. What's he doing here? It's a terrible moment, bumping into a teacher outside our school. You don't think of them having a life outside of being a teacher. Really? It's a shock, especially the leather trousers. Dad comes back with no tickets. He's not pleased to see me begging. You're begging? You told me it was a made-up story. I was desperate. I say, stop begging right now. There must be another way to see the day. Then Mr. Fullerman says, hello, Mr. Gates. I think I might be able to help. Dad looks shocked at me to see Mr. Fullerman wearing leather trousers. I'm wondering what Mr. Fullerman is doing at a Dude 3 gig in the first place. And guess what? Turns out that Mr. Fullerman actually went to school late with Dude 3 manager. They are good friends. Mr. Fullerman is not just a crusty old teacher after all. Thanks, man. No problem. Nice trousers. He speaks to someone backstage who gives us all special passes. Now I can watch the whole gig from the side of the stage. I would hug Mr. Fullerman if he wasn't my teacher and wearing leather trousers. This is the best view ever. You three are absolutely brilliant, and I can see everything. I see Derek and Amy and wave. Derek and Amy wave back. Marcus has his mouth open like a goldfish in shock. Third, Control C, Control V. It's almost the best part of the gig. Ha ha. Then I spot Delia in the audience. She's with her boyfriend. So I point him out to that and stir things up by saying he's got a very bad reputation on town. What a fantastic night I'm having. You three play all their best songs, and right at the end it gets better. You three come out of stage and the whole band get high five me. I'll never watch again. Dude 3. Access all areas. Admit 1. I'm still buzzing when I get home. Dad has forgotten about my begging note. Phew. He's too busy worrying about Delia's dodgy boyfriend. I go to bed happy and relieve the whole gig in my head. This is probably the best day of my life. Worst to best. Yeah! In the morning, Delia is slopping around the house, sulking and being miserable. Grrr. Apparently, it's all my fault because Mom and Dad want to meet her new friend now. I am a genius. Mom and Dad is humming Dude 3 songs at breakfast. Mom is wearing a Dude 3 t-shirt. It's so embarrassing. Old people trying to be trending. I can't get out of the house quick enough. Derek and I go to school together. He's so wishing he'd stuck with me at the concert now. Seeing Mr. Fullerman again in teacher mode is really weird. The first thing he asked me is, "Where's your homework, Tom?" I was at the question, sir, remember? Mr. Fullerman says there's no excuse and I'll get detention unless I bring in first thing in the morning, which is a bit harsh. He's so back in teacher mode. With all the excitement about Dude 3, I completely forgot about the school concert, which apparently is today. I'm not worried because I'm not in it. Phew. Oh wait, not choir, which is a relief. Phew. Mrs. Snap is looking for helpers to put chairs on out in the hall. Helpers go get to miss lessons, so I volunteer. All I have to do is show the little kids what to do. How hard is that? We all get all the chairs out when they start to mess around. I get tough and suggest a quick game of musical chairs, which keeps them happy. There's no music, so I think my dog gonna be song, Julia's orator. It's all going very well. The little kids all join and sing along with me. Very catchy chorus. Then I sing the verse. Mr. Keen pops his head around the door to see how we're doing. We all pretend to be arranging the chairs. Little kids learn fast. That's a jolly song, Tom, he says. Really, Mr. Keen? Are you performing in the concert today? No, Mr. Keen. Why not? You should be. I'll have with Mrs. Snap to give a slot at the end. No, Mr. Keen, it's fine. I really don't want to sing. Nonsense. That sounded excellent. Don't you agree, children? And all the little kids say, yes, Ron. That's all I need. This could be humiliating. Correction, it would be very humiliating. Ha ha, fool. Oh, I'm not laughing at all, okay? I don't think Mr. King heard all the lyrics to Dog Zombie song either. Are you mad? Of course I don't want to play in the school concert, Derek says. No way! He thinks Dog Zombies have to plan their first gig very carefully. But in other words, we're still rubbish and need more practice. But he does come up with a brilliant plan that will get me off the hook and save me from serious humiliation. Plan! The only good thing about me going to school concert is we get to go home early to prepare, eat caramel wafers and my kiss. Mom says, what do you mean there's a school concert tonight? I've got to tell them. And you're in it? Sort of, I say. Mom and Dad plan to meet Delia's dodgy boyfriend tonight. I'm not leaving them here on their own. That's it. They'll both have to come to the concert too. Haha, Delia will be delighted. I hate you. Romantic night out at my school concert. Ew. She'll be so cross, it's almost worth being in the concert for. Derek and I run through our plane one last time on the way back to school. It has to work or I'll be stuffed. Back at school, the hall is already packed with people. Mom and Dad sit at the back, which is a relief because Mom has their Jute 3 t-shirt and Dad is wearing gardening gear. Patches. Delia and her boyfriend look jolly. Not. Derek and I run through our plane one last time. I hope it works. The lights go down and the concert begins. First there's some slightly boring poetry. The star was bright. We got a big fright that night. Then we have to sit through some songs and of course the choir. Watching Derek and Marcus and Solid swaying from side to side is hilarious. Amy is very good, of course. Swaying Amy. There is a play by year 3. Quite funny, and that's by year 6. It's rubbish. Then Mr. Keen makes a speech about what a good time it's been, blah blah blah, and I hear him telling everyone that how he heard me singing and I thought I should be in the concert. It's awful. I can hear myself getting nervous and sweaty. Feel. Now it's my turn. Mr. Keen asks me what my song is called. Delia's weirdo, I say, which makes everyone laugh apart from Delia, who's giving me the evils. I sit on the stage and clear my throat. Everyone is looking at me and waiting. So I clear my throat again and wait and wait. I strum a little like I'm warming up. Mr. Keen is glaring at me now. So I'm thinking I might have to actually start singing if their plans doesn't work. When at long last, a very loud blaring noise goes off. Mr. Fleming tells everyone not to panic. It's just a fire alarm. We all have to leave the hall straight away. The concert is abandoned. Result: Derek is a genius. He gives me a thumbs up as we leave school. Better still, Delia can hear some little children singing my song. Delia away. I'm not singing that ever. She's not happy, but her boyfriend is laughing. He won't be your boyfriend for long at this rate. What's funny? Mom and Dad think it's a shame I didn't get to do my song. I don't. Maybe next time. Don't write about your sister though, Mom tells me. You only have sister. Exactly. That's the point. That suggests writing some about someone else who annoys me instead, like Uncle Kevin, which makes me laugh, but Mom is giving him the evils now. Uh-oh. When we get home, Dad and I escape to his shed and eat his secret stash of caramel wafers. Treat! It's the last day of term tomorrow, so I mustn't forget. I only have tonight to finish my review homework. It's the last piece I have left to do. I know, I'll review the school concert. That won't be long. Just eat the last wafer biscuit and wrap it up for Delia first. Haha. And draw a few more pictures. And then I'll stop my homework. In the morning. I've lost up time to do it. If I get early tomorrow, this is a good idea. Dark zombies. Haha. Squash. Idiot squashing robot. And idiot Marcus. Mr. Fleming, I'm so sorry about my review homework. As you can see, I did do it. Let me explain. I was on my way to school when I was followed and attacked by a visitor's dog. I defended myself with the only thing I could think of, my exercise book. Luckily, I survived, but my review homework didn't. Sorry again. Oh dear, Tom, I was looking forward to finally reading it. You will just have to do it again over the holidays. In the meantime, let's hope you don't get abducted by aliens or attacked by giants. What an eventful life you have. See you and your homework next term, Mr. Fleming. Result: Doc Drew. By review. By Tom Gates. Vicious teeth marks. More Doc Drew. The end. I think it's Rooster. Warning, BDI alert. Turn over for something nicer. Make a strong bond with wafers. How to draw my comfy sister Delia. Draw this shape. Then her glasses. Color them. Ears, even though she doesn't listen. And her manky hair and a gloom crowd. Giant book-hang bird. Look. Okay, that is it for The Brilliant World of Tom Gates, my first book. I'll be doing next book, Wimpy Kid 1. Okay, so that's the end of this book, and I want you to meet after I upload this video. So anyways, bye guys!